Hello again, everyone. Starting a new restoration project today. Something a little different than what I normally do. I'll be working on an 8-track. This is a Craig Pioneer. These were really popular back in the early 70s, mid 70s. I remember having one of these in a 68 Mustang when I was 16 years old. What's so unique about these 8-tracks, they mounted on the floor of your car or up on the transmission hump. They had a mount that you mounted on the floor, and then you slid the unit into that mount. All the wiring was in the part on the floor, and then all you had to do is just slide the deck in, and underneath at the bottom edge it had a key that you could turn to lock that unit into the base unit that's on the floor of the car. Prevented thefts, made it a lot harder for someone to steal your radio. So Craig also made a home adapter. That's what this is, and it's just a fake wood box. Plugs into your home AC, 110 volt. There's the plug and the cord. And on the back, you had your antenna terminals on the left there, and then you had 2 speaker outputs, right and left speaker. They used RCA phono jacks on the speakers. But don't see many of these bass units. They're kind of unique. I guess you'd call them rare. I don't know. If you're into 8-tracks, they'd probably be considered a rare piece. I'm going to be working on this one today. First, we're going to hook it up and just see if it works. Usually about all that happens on these 8-tracks, the most common thing is a belt. So we're going to try this one and see what happens. Alright, got me a couple of speakers hooked up just temporarily. Got me a Glen Campbell 8-track, so let's see what happens. And it works. So that's good. Probably just a good cleaning and a new belt will repair this, get it back in good shape. The only other thing I need to try is the balance. It's working. Tone. Controls will need cleaning. That's pretty standard to do that. So this eject button should spit the tape out. There we go. So everything works. We'll pull this unit out of the home base here and take it apart, and I'll show you how to put a belt on and clean it up. And we're going to slide this out. This goes forward, lifts out, and there's what the base looks like. Craig model 9718. Does need a good cleaning. That'll be the last thing we'll do. Looking at the bottom of the 8-track, there's that lock that you can turn to lock this into the base. There's actually a lever. You can see it down in there. That lever right there will turn when you turn this lock. Now the only problem with that is I don't have the key for it. So it's going to be hard to figure out something that'll work in there for a key. If not, we won't worry about that. We'll just slide it in the base and it'll still work okay. Alright, we're going to take all of these screws out around the case, get everything apart. Big old spider web running all the way across. Okay, we can get to the belt now. And it's not that bad. It is stretched though. Probably an original belt. To change this belt, you do have to remove this bracket that holds the capstan shaft into the deck. Got a screw here and a screw right down there. So we'll take that off. We can pull the belt off and pull the shaft out. Screw here on the edge. You'll notice we do have a retainer right here that holds these wires, and it's still there, so the screw goes through that retainer into the bracket. So we'll just leave it there for now. Pull the belt off. And there's what most of the belts look like when they've been on a while, and probably original. You can see where it's been setting around the motor shaft right here. Got kind of a V shape to it. And there's the capstan shaft. We'll clean that off before we put it back. Put a little drop of oil down here at the very base of it. That'll be enough lubrication on that bushing. Alright, capstan shaft's cleaned up and back in. And I wanted to show you it still has the original grease on the bracket that this center of the shaft rides on. Put a little fresh grease on that and put the bracket back. Here's our new belt we'll be putting on. These are still readily available. About $7 to $10 each, depending on how many you buy at one time. Alright, just put the bottom back on, and I slid it into the home base here, and let's just check it, make sure it's working okay. Time to do some more cleaning. We'll clean those controls, the switches, and of course general cleaning on the case and the insides. Pretty dirty. That's about as clean as I can get that. So let's work on this base now. And use a toothbrush to get down into crevices. And I gotta find just an old paintbrush that works really good in the places that the toothbrush won't get to. This base unit does have a transformer in it right here, and of course a circuit to produce 12 volts to the deck. It's looking pretty good. One more test. This unit looks pretty good. The chrome does have some cracking on it. This is just plastic, of course, but got some spider webbing on some of the chrome, but not too bad to be almost 50 years old. So I do have another video on a Craig FM 8-track that I put in a 66 Mustang Fastback. Basically had to do the same thing to it. New belt, cleaned and lubed. But if you want to check that video out, I mounted it in the Fastback and it worked out really well. The case on it looks like new. The chrome was perfect. Looked like it hadn't been played much. But anyway, check that out if you get time. This unit, I believe, was played quite a bit. You can usually tell by this door. See the wire on that door on each side. The one in the car, the Fastback, that door looks like new, so that was my reason for saying it wasn't used much. That completes the maintenance on the Craig 8-track with the home deck. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.